house, right? And for whatever reason you have to vacate their house. Then next thing you know, you see degenerates living in the house. Crackheads, prostitutes. It's a crack house now.
That's right.
Israel is a spiritual crack house now. It's degenerates standing there now. All right, go ahead, brother.
I said, violence should no more be heard in thy land, wasting nor destruction within thy borders. But thou shalt call thy walls salvation and thy gates praise.
Has that happened yet? Since those cars rides been to Israel? The hell it ain't happened, man. Because the real Israelites are still here in captivity, man. All right, you got something, brother?
Yeah, I got something.
Go ahead.
This is Jeremiah 16:15. But the Most High lived it. They brought up the children of Israel. This is Jeremiah 16:14. Therefore, behold, the day coming, said the Most High, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north.
North being North America, man. So according to prophecy, when we go back to our land, it's going to be a big declaration saying there's no more going to be a celebration of the Lord delivered us out of the land of Egypt. But from here on out, the celebration is going to be that the Lord delivered us from the land of the north, which is America. Has that happened yet, man? You still watching movies called Prince of Egypt, man? All right? We still celebrating the Passover, man, in America. So that hadn't happened yet. Because we're not in Israel yet, man. We're still here in captivity, man. You got a damn gay parade in Israel, man. Tel Aviv, man. All right, man. That should vex you, man. Is there more than that, brother? All right.
And from all the land wherein he had driven them, I will bring them again into the land that I gave unto their fathers.
So, man, hey, hold that book up, brother. It's called Who is Esau Edom, man. That book is called Who is Esau Edom. What's the name of the author? Charles Wiseman. All right. That book breaks down how it was set up by the Zionists, the elite, the international bankers, to bring them fake Jews over there to Israel, man, in 1948, declaring Israel a state, man. All right. But when they came over there, none of the prophecies came to pass in the Bible, man. Proving that the fake Jews ain't there, man. I'm sorry. Proving that the real Jews ain't there, man. Or you got something, Yashima?
No, I'm trying to find it.
All right, Yashima?
Yeah, quickly. It's Isaiah 24:7, going back in time how that land is unfertile now, man. It says the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof.
Yeah, the earth is defiled under the inhabitants, man. You got this video on YouTube, a cartoon illustration showing how the white man went around the whole earth fucking it up. He saw some snakes, he killed a snake, make snake shoes. Pollute the whole earth, man. The earth is defiled. Everybody's perverted, man. All right, go ahead.
Because they had transgressed the laws.
Who was they? Esau, the so-called white man. We didn't change no laws. We just inhabitants here. It's the elites. Go ahead.
They said, change the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant.
Yep.
Therefore has the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate.
Yep.
Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left.
Yep.
You know, so like the brother going into, man, why you think before the Israelites got into the land, he kept telling Moses he was gonna bring them into the land of milk and honey, man. That milk and honey represent how fertile the land was, and that land was flowing with natural resources, man. All right, because where you get milk from cows, all right, honey from the bees, man. I mean that land was very full of nutrition, man. But now, all right, like the brother said, you got to have trees imported there, man. They can't even grow trees.
Israel is spiritually the movie Lion King. Like this earth is spiritually the movie Lion King. And Israel is the land when Scar took over, then the land wasn't fertile anymore. It was dark, it was barren. It was like war residue. You know, because hey, our Savior, who's our Savior? Simba, Mufasa? Simba, our Savior, he's not in rulership right now. He's not in rulership, so Israel is spiritually the movie Lion King, man.
And it goes to show you that that land has a spirit within itself, man, to not produce like it was producing before, man.
And that curse they will put on Cain, man, about the earth not yielding Cain his strength. You know, so the land is not yielding his strength, man.
Let's get Genesis 49 right there.
49.
I got a quick one for you, Bob.
Go ahead, brother.
It's Ezekiel 36:5.
Yep.
It say, therefore thus saith the Lord power, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen, and against all Idumea, which have appointed my land into their possession.
Oh, and that was manifested in 1948 when they declared Israel a state and had them fake Jews sent over there, man. Because the heathen appointed Israel into their possession, man. Go ahead.
With the joy of all their heart, with despiteful minds, to cast it out for a prey.
Yep.
Prophesy therefore concerning the land of Israel, and say unto the mountains, and to the hills, to the rivers, and to the valleys, thus saith the Lord power.
And he's literally talking about the mountains and hills and the valleys. Go ahead.
Thus saith the Lord power, behold, I have spoken in my jealousy and in my fury, because you have borne the shame of the heathen. Therefore, thus saith the Lord power, I have lifted up my hand. Surely the heathen that are about you, they should bear their shame. There's a couple more verses.
Hey, is it gonna get to the point where the land is gonna blossom? Israel?
Yeah,
okay.
But ye, O mountains of Israel, ye shall shoot forth your branches and yield your fruit to my people of Israel, for they are at hand to come.
So, if the Most High is telling, so why did that happen when the fake Jews went over there to Israel? Why did the land all of a sudden blossom when the fake Jews went over there to Israel? And then another thing is, if the Most High told the land of Israel, the physical land of Israel, that you're going to blossom when my people come, how does it look prior to the people coming? All you got to do is go on Google Images and look at the geography of Israel, proving that it's prophetic that the land was going to be barren before the real sons of Israel came back to the land, man.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Is it more to that, brother?
No, this is
All right, who got a precept?
I'm getting that Genesis 49.
Oh, yeah, come.
This Genesis 49 and 19. Gad, a troop shall overcome him.
Yeah, you have the U.S. military overcome Gad, man. Starting with the military, and they send in smallpox sheets over here, man. All right, go ahead.
But he shall overcome at the last.
So if the Jews are, if those Khazars are real Jews, who's the Gadite amongst the Israelites? And when they overcome the troop at the last, man.
Right.
You know?
Right.
He's gonna explain.
No, I mean, you killed it. You broke it down.
So who's Gad according to, if y'all the Israelis, the Israelites, the Jewish people, who is your Gadite tribe? And when did y'all get overcome by the troop? And when did y'all overcome the troop?
Right.
We're waiting on your answer. All right.
It don't make sense if you obsessing this within the spirit. It doesn't make sense, man. But it's so plain and to the point. I mean, hell, what they say, a caveman can do it, man.
Even a caveman can break down this, man.
There's a couple more verses we want to write what y'all said on it, Ezekiel. This verse 9, this is Ezekiel 36, verse 9 and 10. For behold, I am for you, and I will turn unto you, and ye shall be tilled and sown. And I will multiply men upon you, all the house of Israel, even all of it. And the city shall be inhabited, and the wastes shall be built.
He said, all the house of Israel. You said you're a Jew, so he basically saying you from the tribe of Judah. What about the other 11 tribes? He said the whole house of Israel. So we need to identify. Oh, and then it says in Revelation, I know you got it on the sheet, but it says in Revelation that it's basically going to be, what, 12 gates for the 12 tribes of Israel? And then it said the streets going to be paved with gold?
Right.
Shit, whoop.
And then it said that he was going to multiply men on the land, which is going to that description Isaiah talks about how a small nation should come out of being, man.
When did that happen?
That hasn't happened. Go ahead, bro.
Because they always talk about Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, but they don't never mention the other tribes. So this is a prophecy right here. We want to know why hasn't this been fulfilled yet? This is Ezekiel 37:16. Moreover, thou son of man, take thee one stick and write upon it for Judah and for the children of Israel his companions. And take another stick and write upon it for Joseph, the stick of Ephraim, and for all the house of Israel his companions.
Okay. So at this time frame, Esau, who are the other 11 tribes, man? And then the brother Yash, didn't you post something when it had like these tribes, how they had made their own 12 tribes?
Esau
Explain it, bro. Explain it.
Yeah, Esau basically done their own 12 tribe chart. I forgot how it went, man, but they included themselves in there, man. Because the truth coming out now, and they can't hide it, man. Brother bringing out scriptures about how, basically edify how like we were saying, all the 12 tribes gonna be there. Then the kingdom described with 12 gates, man.
Mm-hmm.
So now Esau, he can't deny the truth now. So what are he trying to do now, man? He trying to wiggle his way into
That's
the
right.
truth,
That's right.
You know?
Because that plank, it represents the two kingdoms coming back in a unified form, right? Because prior to that, it was split. You had the southern kingdom and you had the northern kingdom. But hey, like the scripture, the brother Yasha posted not too long ago, when in history were we are pressed together, man? You know? So we are who we say we are, man. All right?
We got Putin going about how it's desolate now, how it's going to be built up. Isaiah 61:4, and they shall build the old waste, they shall raise up the former desolation, and they shall repair the waste cities to the desolation of many generations.
So when was the state of Israel repaired, man? It's still desolate.
Yeah.
It's still barren, man.
And then y'all turned our land into a fucking welfare state, man. How many millions of money they receive in aid? Is it billions?
Yeah, billions.
It's billions, man.
You ready? Go ahead. This it on?
No, it was
You ready for
Yeah,
Georgia?
go ahead, bro.
That's like it. Right, it said U.S. finalizes deal to give Israel $38 billion in military aid.
So, well, I'm sorry, brother, but then it said in Isaiah that we're going to beat our swords back into plowshares. So, meaning we're going to leave that warfare state to being an agricultural state. So, if that's manifested already, why is the U.S. sending $30 billion in military aid, man? And why is the U.S. still here? I thought Babylon the Great was going to be destroyed by the time we got to Israel.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And another thing, if the United States giving them that money, what about the other countries? Right. So they got plenty of money. They got all the money. Right. But you know, but our folks over in the bones and shit though. Come on, man.
This Joel chapter. You got something? Yes. This Joel chapter 2 verse 1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain.
Right. And the holy mountain is the Israelites, man, because we're a people before we're a place, man. Go ahead, bro.
Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble.
You heathens, man, you Moabites, Elamites, so on and so forth.
For the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand, a day of darkness and gloominess.
Right, and spiritually it's going to be like this, okay? But then from a physical standpoint, it's going to be dark and gloomy. Why? Because once those missiles have interaction with the ground, then that soot and shit's going to blow out the sun, man.
A day of clouds and thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong.
Right, and that great people represents the missiles, man.
A great people and a strong, and there have not been ever the like.
Right, because during an ancient time frame, we wasn't using this type of warfare, man. Go ahead, bro.
Neither should be any more after it.
Hence World War III. So once World War III is completed, you would never see another missile ever again in your life. So if the real Jews is there, why haven't World War III taken place? And why do we still have missiles upon the land, man, upon the earth, man?
Even to the years of many generations, a fire devoured before them,
Going into that warhead, go ahead.
and behind them a flame burneth.
That's the instrument utilized to propel them, man.
The land is as the Garden of Eden before them,
Right.
and behind them a desolate wilderness.
Right, and that Garden of Eden is just actually going into like that paradise, man. Go ahead, bro.
Yea, and nothing shall escape them.
Right, so once these missiles interact with the ground, it's gonna make everything desolate, man. When you break down the term desolate, it means utterly empty, man. Go ahead, bro.
The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses,
Describing the missiles, man. Go ahead.
and as horsemen.
Right, meaning and horses symbolizes strength and power, man.
And the missile formation. I mean, military formation.
Come on.
So shall they run, Like the noise of chariots on the top of mountains shall they leap.
Mm-hmm.
Like the noise of a flame of fire that devoureth the stubble.
Mm-hmm.
As a strong people sit in battle array.
Like the brother said, going into their format. Go ahead.